So thank you for joining my screen share. The song that I decided to do was "It's a Small World After All," which is a theme song for one of the rides in Disney World. What I want to do with the song is to utilize other elements from other genres into it. So I did some beat stuff that had some trap and hip hop influence to the song. So I started the song with a fairly thin texture that would lead into a more thick texture, as you can see, um, which then eventually leads onto an even thinner texture, as you can hopefully see. Um, for the second part and then the third part, kind of utilizing more of the beginning ideas to help close it off. So the beginning is fairly light, I would say, and then it kind of gets into more heavier. So let's play that. So as you can hear, it had the main melody, um, the bass sample that they had, the little inflections that they put in there, and then I added in the percussion in the back. Um, just kind of messed around with it, made different variations of it, and then I just found one that I liked. Literally copied and paste, and then to signify that we're going to a new section, I have the snare doing a repetitive 8th note pattern leading on to the downbeat of the next section, which I then lead with varying the intro to the main melody, which you can see here. So I kind of copied and I copied and pasted the first three notes over and over again, and then kind of simplify that to show that something's going to happen, and something does happen, and you will hear what happens. So this is when we get to the more trap side. Literally straight eighth notes with my hi-hat down here with the bass and snare, and then the 16ths were created by doubling the hi-hat, eighth note, and just literally offsetting it by a 16th note, giving it that 16th note illusion, I guess you can say. And the 16th is supposed to signify that we're getting to the second section, which is very similar to our first section, especially in the percussion part. I literally just copied and pasted it, but instead of giving attention to the inflections and the bass part, I simplified the bass part by utilizing the Midi sample on this line, and I kind of drew more attention to the cloud drum input that I have here, plugin that I have here, I should say. So we'll listen to that. So this is the second section leading to the third section. I chose the ending to sound like that, just to still have its playful character of It's a Small World after going trap and more hip hop. So that was my idea throughout the song and the process. It was actually a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoyed listening and sharing this experience with me.